So let's talk about Donald Trump's pick to lead the CIA. It's basically as bad as it gets. He picked Kansas Congressman Mike Pompeo. So what's this guy known for? Well, sit down, buckle up. Here we go. He advocates for torture. With so many of Trump's picks, it's strike one, you're out. Ain't no 2 and 3, bitch. Strike one, you're out. You're going to have somebody lead the CIA who's like, torture, I'm with it. Yeah, that's a great way to show to the rest of the world that we really are the world policeman who cares about humanitarianism and altruism. Yeah, good argument. But when we torture, it's cool. When you torture, you're a rogue state, you're a terrorist nation, you need regime change. Do we need regime change? When this guy says, hey, look, man, I'm the head of the CIA and I approve of torture. Should other nations, should Iran be having a conversation? You know, I think the U.S. is ripe for regime change. I love the double standards and the hypocrisy. And by love, I mean despise. Anyway. He wants expanded NSA spying. I wasn't even sure that was possible. Like, it's already as bad as it gets. They're like, take it further. Just a little bit further. Just a little bit further. He's a staunch defender of Guantanamo Bay. He's called it a, quote, important national asset. And here's my favorite fact about him. McClatchy explains here. A spokesman for Koch Industries applauded U.S. Representative Mike Pompeo's selection to serve as CIA director Friday. The Wichita-based company has been the Republican congressman's biggest political contributor since he first ran for the U.S. House in 2010. Members of the Koch family, their employees, and affiliated groups have donated a combined $357,300 to Pompeo's campaigns and political action committee, according to the Center for Responsive Politics. Good googly moogly. Good googly moogly. That means that this guy, I mean, look, we already have the melding together, the meshing together of corporation and state in the United States. Now we have somebody who could potentially be the head of the CIA. Trump wants for the head of the CIA, who's a bitch to the oil and gas industry. I mean, back in the day, we toppled foreign governments for bananas. I'm not kidding. I mean, read about the banana wars. Insanity. So you don't think we would get more involved in the Middle East, get more involved in foreign conflicts for the oil industry? Oh, you know we would. Look at the war in Iraq, bitch. That was at least partly the reason. Not the whole reason, but partly the reason. Well, now you got the head of the CIA, Donald Trump, he's a little bitch to the Koch brothers. And by the way, how do you think that bodes for people, for example, protesting the Dakota Access Pipeline right now? You have a bitch to the oil industry running the CIA. The transition to police state may be complete. This is as devastating as it gets, man. Mike Pompeo. And guys, he called for Edward Snowden to be executed. So, you know, you guys probably thought, just like I thought, to be fair, during the, not the primary season, but the general election, with WikiLeaks, you know, dumping a lot of information on Hillary Clinton, you probably thought, well, look, I mean, maybe a weird, unexpected upside if Trump gets in there is that maybe he pardons Assange? Maybe he pardons Snowden? No. He's looking to, the guy who he wants to lead the CIA wants Snowden executed. I mean, look, again, the Democrats are bad. You got President Obama. Basically, he's like, he should come back and stand trial. That's what President Obama says. That's bad enough. He shouldn't. He's a fucking national hero. We don't need a trial. He released information about how the government took away your Fourth Amendment rights. He's a hero. The government is the criminal. So Obama's bad enough with the come back and face trial, which, by the way, is a trick because he's not even allowed to use the defense of public good because of some old obscure law. He's not allowed to say, oh, I was looking out for the public good. Interesting. Hillary Clinton is allowed to say, oh, my intent was pure, so it's okay. Edward Snowden cannot say my intent was pure, so it's okay. So Obama's bad enough. But now you got this guy who might be the head of the CIA. I want him executed. If he dies in suspicious circumstances, it ain't because he choked on a mozzarella stick. That's all I'll say.